Did you know that more than a third of Americans over 50 struggle with aching joints or weak legs? Think about that, every third person. It's not shocking because it's rare. It's shocking because it's so common and so preventable. A few weeks ago, I stumbled across a strange little squat variation from Japan. At first, I almost scrolled past it. Just another exercise video, right? But something about it caught my eye. It wasn't explosive. It wasn't about heavy weights or speed. It was slow, grounded, intentional, they called it. The sumo squat. I tried it just a few minutes a day, and within 10 days, something changed. My balance felt steadier. I could rise from a chair without that little push of the arms. My hips loosened. Even my knees, usually the loudest complainers, grew quiet on the stairs. That's when it hit me. This wasn't just another squat. This might be one of Japan's best-kept longevity secrets. And in this video, I want to take you inside it. To show you why the sumo squat is so powerful, especially for those of us 50 and beyond, 5 surprising benefits, each one stacking on the next. Trust me, this goes way beyond toned legs. Stick with me until the end, and you might walk away with a daily ritual that strengthens not just your body, but your independence. But first, drop your name and where you're watching from in the comments. I'd love to know who's here. Now, benefit number 1. The sumo squat wakes up the muscles that aging quietly turns off. See? After your 30s, something sneaky starts happening. It's called sarcopenia-related muscle loss, and it doesn't ask permission. Decade by decade, certain muscles fade into silence, especially the inner thighs, the glutes, and those deep little stabilizers in your hips. The ones you rely on every time you sit, stand, or step out of a car without a groan. And here's the kicker. Our modern lifestyle accelerates the problem. We sit in soft chairs with back support. We stroll short distances. We lean on handrails. We ride elevators. Comfortable, yes, but that comfort slowly steals our strength. This is where the sumo squat flips the script. Unlike the narrow stance squat most of us know, this Japanese variation pulls the hips wide, demands more from forgotten muscles. And suddenly it's like your body wakes up. Fibers that have been asleep for years fire again. Picture it. Feet planted wider than your shoulders, toes turned slightly out. That stance alone lights up the adductors, the inner thighs end, the glute medius, the unsung heroes of balance. These aren't vanity muscles. These are anti-fall muscles. And here's the magic. As they switch back on, pressure in your knees and lower back eases because the work is shared, spread evenly. Instead of loaded onto the same tired joints, if you've ever felt that shaky moment standing from a chair or that wobbly step off a curb, this is why. And this one simple move might just be the rewiring tool your body has been waiting for. And we're only at the surface. Up next, we'll see how the sumo squat doesn't just make you stronger. It actually trains your body to catch itself before you fall. And that's not just fitness. That's survival. Think about this. Falls don't just happen because muscles are weak. They happen because the body loses its sense of space. It's called proprioception, your built-in GPS. The system that tells your brain, this is where your foot is. This is how fast you're moving. This is whether you're about to tip too far. And here's where the sumo squat reveals its hidden magic. That wide, grounded stance doesn't just strengthen hips, thighs, and core, it wakes up the wiring between them. It challenges your internal balance system in a safe, repeatable way. See, most balance training in gyms, it's wobble boards, tightrope style poses, circus tricks. But the sumo squat is different. Rooted, accessible, designed for real people over 50 who want to sharpen reaction time without flirting with injury. I'll never forget the first week I tried it. One morning I pulled on my socks and realized something had changed. For the first time in years, I didn't need to grab the wall. It sounds small, but those are the moments that decide independence. Because this isn't just muscle work. It's a full hip-knee ankle retraining. It's the chain reaction that decides whether you stumble and catch yourself, or stumble and fall. And because balance is just as much brain as it is body, every rep doubles as a neurological tune-up. That's anti-aging in its truest form. And we're only halfway there. Because now, we need to talk about something that frustrates millions stubborn belly fat after 50. And why this ancient-style squat might hold the key to unlocking a sluggish metabolism. Number 3. It gently reignites a slowing metabolism right from your core. Here's the thing about aging. You eat the same. You move the same. But the belly grows anyway. That's not just fatigues your metabolism hitting the brakes. It happens to nearly every American past 50. But here's a truth the Japanese have embraced for centuries. You don't always need brutal high-intensity workouts to stoke your metabolism. What you need is smart, consistent activation of the body's hungriest muscles, the hips, thighs, and core. And that's exactly what the sumo squat delivers. That wide stance, that deeper angle, that slow, deliberate control. It recruits the biggest calorie burners in your body. And when you keep them awake day after day, even LEM-packed movement sets off a metabolic ripple effect. Unlike traditional cardio, which spikes your heart rate only to let it crash, sumo squats create a steady burn. Over time, they nudge your baseline higher, so your body burns more, even at rest. Subtle, but powerful. And there's more. The squat's posture naturally switches on the deep core, the transverse abdominis. The obliques, the muscles that hug your waist from the inside out. This isn't about six-packs. This is about reclaiming control of your midsection, reshaping from within. 2 weeks in, I noticed it. My stomach felt flatter, but more importantly, I had energy. Real, sustainable energy that lasted through the day. And that's the point. Not vanity, vitality. Still with me? Good. Because the next benefit might surprise you. We're about to step beyond muscles and metabolism into something even more vital, the heart. Number 4. It supports your cardiovascular health without leaving you breathless. Who should be doing the sumo squat? Honestly, almost everyone over 50. If you can sit in a chair, you can start here. It doesn't require a gym, no heavy weights, no fancy equipment, just your own body and a little bit of space. If your knees are sensitive, go shallow. If your hips feel tight, hold onto a countertop or the back of a chair for balance. This isn't about perfection, it's about connection. Each rep is less about how low you go, and more about showing your body that movement is still yours. And here's the beauty. You don't need an hour. You don't need to sweat buckets. Even 60 seconds a day is enough to spark change. Because consistency, not intensity, is what rewires muscles, joints, and confidence over time. I've seen people in their 60s, 70s, even 80s discover a new ease in daily life with this one movement. They stand taller. They walk steadier. They laugh more because they trust their bodies again. The sumo squat isn't just exercise, it's a ritual. A reminder every single day that strength doesn't vanish with age. It simply waits for you to call it back. So here's your invitation. Carve out a single minute today. Try it. Feel what happens. And know that with each slow descent and steady rise, you're not just training your muscles, you're reclaiming your independence, your vitality, your confidence. Because aging doesn't mean shrinking your world. With the right movements, it can mean expanding it. So, who should be cautious? If you've had recent knee surgery, live with severe joint pain, have hip replacements, or find balance difficult, even while standing still, this isn't your starting point just yet. Or at the very least, keep a sturdy chair by your side for support. And please always check with your doctor or physical therapist before adding something new, especially if you're managing chronic conditions. Because here's the truth. Progress means nothing without safety. And now, a final thought. This isn't just a squat. It's a signal. A way of telling your body, I'm still here. If you've made it this far, thank you not just for watching, but for caring. For your health, for your independence, for your future. That alone puts you ahead of the curve. We're often told that transformation takes massive changes, new diets, new gyms, expensive equipment. But sometimes it's just one small ritual. One quiet signal to the body that says, I'm not done yet. That's what the sumo squat has been for me. A practice that builds strength without punishment, confidence without ego, health without overwhelm. Just you, your body, and a few minutes a day. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to begin. 5 minutes today might turn into 10 tomorrow. And if you've been feeling stuck physically, mentally, emotionally, I hope this simple practice gives you a way back into motion. Now I'd love to hear from you. What part of the sumo squat resonated most with you? Will you try it this week? Or maybe share it with someone who could use a little strength back in their day? Drop a comment below, and if this video brought even a spark of value to your life, consider passing it on to a friend who's ready to take their next step too. Until next time, stay strong, stay grounded, and never stop showing up for yourself.